Hello everyone, this is going to be a video specifically for people who do not have choppers yet and are curious what it's all about once they do get one. If you already have a chopper, you're probably not going to learn much from this video, but I'll just be discussing the various things about it and a couple tricks as far as conserving your energy goes. So here goes. So as far as the chopper goes, in order to acquire it, you need to get various items that you're going to pretty much get just from the yellow and the red ticket crates from Bunker Alpha Easy Mode. The fork you can get in both the yellow and the red, and the gas tank is only in the red. And the wheels, I think you definitely get those in the red, and I think you can get those from the yellow as well. But it's mostly the gas tank that is the difficult item to get. There's also engine parts which you can get in various areas on raids and different things, but the gas tank, unless you're lucky enough to get it on a raid, is just a super pain in the butt. It's a very rare drop. For me, it took it took 40 openings of the red ticket crate before I got mine. And if you're doing it nowadays, I've heard it's easier. I did get 2 of them in a row recently, so I think they made it a lot easier to get it. But it's really that gas tank that can be a pain in the butt to get. Once you have all that stuff and you've assembled your bike, there's 4 things about the bike that really improve the gameplay. And what that is the primary one is that it saves you energy. You can now drive using your gas from location to location. And I think this is probably the most important function of having the bike. A lot of events don't seem to want to pop up until you're below 50 energy or less. It's all to encourage you to pay for coins to get places, and once you have the chopper, as long as you are conserving your gas, it's not that difficult to get around when you need it. But you have to be careful. When I first got my chopper, I was blowing through my gas left and right. Every little thing I needed to do was just like, oh, I'll just drive there and no big deal. And the next thing you know, my 10 stacks of gas are down to like 2 or 3. So you have to be careful. You have to conserve it. One trick to conserving things is, let's say I need to go to the bunker, but I don't have enough energy to get there, running there, and I don't want to walk. I'm in a hurry to get there for whatever reason. I can run to, like, say, this limestone ridge down here, and then drive the rest of the way. And that's also what you want to do when you get the chopper event, which I'll talk about. So always try to conserve your gas. Only use it when it's important, when you really need to get somewhere, some event that's, an airdrop that's about to close or something, and you don't have any other option. You're out of energy. But conserve your gas, and you'll find that the chopper really makes sure that you get the things that you need to get in the game. The other thing is that you get the next important thing here is it now unlocks chopper events. So chopper events pop up on your map randomly once a day. And chopper events, I would say, is the single greatest event in this game. I'm not going to talk about the specifics of the events because they're all pretty similar. There's different ways of doing it you can find on YouTube, but basically you want to go there with at least half a rifle and at least military armor and a stack of bandages, and also always bring empty bottles with you because you can siphon the gas off. And what you want to do every time is try to run to the nearest zone, just like I was talking about, and then drive to the actual event. Don't drive directly from your base to the event. You'll waste a lot of gas. Once you do the event, you can just walk back home unless there's something else you need to do. So when you're there, you're going to get a bunch of armor and weapons that are so important to this game. That's how I was able to do a ton of hard mode. When hard mode came out, was all the various guns and armor I got from doing chopper events. Most of the stuff that you get there is used, but just save it up and be smart about the way you use it, and you're gonna end up with a ton of that stuff that you need. There are some rare items that you'll find there. like the scuba mask, snorkel mask, whatever, and there's some chopper paint patterns there that are rare. I've yet to get one because they're that rare, but those items can also be found there, so watch out for them. And then the next big thing is that you can unlock the north. You do have to build a generator, but that's usually not that hard. So now you can farm oak and copper. There hasn't been a new oak event you could get down here, but the amount of oak you can get from these is just, you know, it's 10 times what you can get at the other one. So going up here, that's how you're going to start to be able to really deck out your base with oak walls. And then there's this other base up here that has pretty decent loot too. So the last thing about the chopper, and this is also super important, is it has 4 extra slots in it. That makes a pretty big difference when you're, let's just say, farming a zone. That means 4 extra stacks of wood or iron or whatever you're taking. And then when you're going on a raid, that means you can raid an extra 4 slots worth out of someone's base. And if you're using my suicide trick, you can actually raid 8 extra slots. So that means a ton more loot coming home from a raid. And that is a really good thing. So that's pretty much what there is to expect. If you are driving around with a pattern up here in the top right, you should always take that out, because if you do find a good pattern on a raid that you want to take, then that's an extra empty slot for bringing something home. So, you know, for quite a while I was driving with this in here, and then I realized that I shouldn't do that, that I should keep that empty. I think I covered it all. So yeah, if you're curious what it's like, that's what it's all about. The chopper is a really big deal in this game. If you're struggling to get the gas tank or whatever for it, there is the clear data trick that you can do, but I highly recommend you don't do it. I'm hearing that people are losing accounts doing it nowadays, so be real careful. That is an option, but be really careful and know that you could lose your account. So good luck, and if nothing else, I do occasionally see gas tanks on raids, so there's always that possibility too. So, all right, hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.